Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is unlikely to go very far in his career, despite all his big talk. He's full of strong opinions and doesn't mind telling you or others what he wants out of life. But controlling his temper and sticking to a plan is a real struggle for him. Don't expect steady growth. He's more likely to blame others or circumstances when things stall.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When something goes wrong at work, he is much more likely to break down than bounce back. He gets angry quickly and may yell or make harsh comments when things don't go his way. You'll often see him blaming others or complaining instead of picking himself up and trying again.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work find him difficult to get along with. He tries to be polite on the surface, but his quick temper and low patience often lead to arguments or awkward moments. He also has trouble understanding how others feel, so he may come off as uncaring or harsh.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he's likely to feel insecure rather than proud. Success makes him uneasy, especially if he thinks you're moving ahead faster than him. Don't expect cheering or support because your achievements will press on his sensitive ego.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you start earning more than him, he will very likely resent you and feel insecure. Instead of being happy for you, he may act cold, distant, or start unnecessary arguments over small things. Inside, he struggles with feeling less important or outdone, and that turns into anger or sulking.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is not careful with money and often spends without thinking things through. He tends to act on impulse, buying things when he feels like it rather than planning or saving for the future. He doesn't keep track of where the money goes, and you may find surprises or arguments about expenses.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is more likely to pretend to be richer than he actually is. He might buy things just to show off, even if it means stretching his budget or getting into trouble with money. You'll notice he likes to look successful in front of others, but privately, the numbers often don't add up.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't open handed or warm hearted. While he may cover basic needs or make a show of being polite, true kindness and generosity don't come naturally to him. Warm gestures or heartfelt support are rare.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more likely to be secretive and controlling about money. He won't easily talk to you about what he earns or spends, and you may find yourself in the dark about important financial details. This makes it hard to trust him with big decisions or feel secure about your shared future.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework is your job, not something to be shared fairly. Even though he works hard outside, he won't usually step up to help at home or see house tasks as his responsibility. If you ask for help, he may get annoyed or act like it's not important.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to help by just watching or giving instructions rather than rolling up his sleeves and doing the actual work. When it comes to chores or taking care of a baby, he may stand by and tell you what needs fixing, but rarely gets his hands dirty. True teamwork is not something you can count on with him.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He tends to argue just to prove he's right rather than trying to understand your side. When you share your feelings or concerns, he's quick to jump into defense mode and may interrupt or dismiss what you say. The conversation often turns into a battle for who wins instead of finding a solution together.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he often says hurtful things or acts aggressive instead of staying respectful. His temper can flare up quickly, and you might hear shouting, insults, or sarcastic comments aimed at you. Sometimes he may slam doors or throw things when he's really upset.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, sometimes over small things that most people would just laugh off or talk about calmly. If you are telling yourself it's just his way or hoping he'll change, please pause and think hard. No woman should have to tiptoe around her partner's moods.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He struggles to say sorry and rarely takes responsibility for his actions. When things go wrong, he's quick to blame you or someone else, making excuses or pointing out your faults instead of looking at his own mistakes. He finds it hard to admit when he's wrong, so real apologies are rare.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is likely to struggle with respecting your boundaries, including when you say no. He can be pushy or ignore your wishes if he doesn't get what he wants, thinking his needs should come first. You may find yourself in situations where he pressures you or makes you feel guilty for standing your ground. This isn't just about one moment, it's a pattern where your comfort and choices are not valued.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is the kind of man who takes it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He may react with anger, sulking, or hurtful remarks, making you feel guilty or pressured. Over time, it may feel like your needs are ignored while his emotions take center stage.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You cannot fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If things go wrong or you have a disagreement, there's a risk he might bring up personal details to embarrass or hurt you. This can leave you feeling exposed, anxious, and unsure about opening up to him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women and may not be truly faithful. His focus often shifts, and he does not always think about how his actions might hurt you. You could find yourself worried about where he is, who he's talking to, or if you're enough for him.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be overpossessive, showing jealousy, trying to control what you do, or always being suspicious of your actions. He may question who you talk to, want to know where you are all the time, and get upset if you spend time with friends or family without him. His controlling ways can make you feel trapped or like you have to explain every small thing.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, what may seem like a protective nature is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He may use words like, I'm just looking out for you, or I care about your safety. But the real motive is to keep tabs on you and make decisions about your life without your say. Over time, this behavior feels less like love and more like being fenced in.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. Even though raising children needs teamwork, he is unlikely to share the load, often leaving important tasks and daily care to you. If you ask for his help, he might act annoyed, give excuses, or step in only for a short time before pulling away again.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. He doesn't have much patience when things go wrong and may react with shouting, harsh words, or even angry gestures. Over time, the home may feel stressful and tense, with children tiptoeing around to avoid setting him off.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to truly support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he may expect you to take care of the home and kids, he often overlooks your dreams, needs, or time for yourself. In the end, you risk feeling invisible or taken for granted.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who may seem to support your career at first, but is likely to ask or even pressure you to quit once you have a child. He may say he wants what's best for the family, but in reality, he expects you to set aside your dreams and personal growth for home responsibilities. It's important to protect your independence and plan ahead if this worries you.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to just act polite on the surface. Rather than show real warmth to your parents, he may greet them and follow the basic rules of respect, but don't expect much genuine affection, patience, or friendly conversation. Over time, your family might sense this distance, making visits feel formal instead of truly welcoming. He is more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than adjusting himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he's likely to make things worse instead of handling it calmly. When faced with problems or misunderstandings, he tends to get irritated quickly and may respond with harsh words or cold behavior even in front of others. This can leave you stuck in the middle, feeling even more stressed and alone as you try to keep peace between him and your loved ones.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might behave modern and open minded with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He may enjoy your independence and confidence when it's just the two of you, but when family is around, he wants you to follow old customs, dressing conservatively, keeping quiet, or doing household chores to show respect. If you step out of line, he could criticize or pressure you to adjust for everyone's sake.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with his family rather than support you. When conflicts happen, he'll avoid getting involved or tell you to adjust, making you feel like you have to fight your own battles. Over time, this can make you feel like an outsider in your own marriage, wishing for a partner who stands by you no matter what.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes and feelings before yours, especially in conflicts. When disagreements come up between you and his mother, he will almost always choose her side or avoid taking a stand altogether. If you want a husband who will really stand up for you, this may not be the man who will do so.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. Whenever there's a disagreement, he may run to them for advice, sympathy, or even to complain about you instead of working things out just between the two of you. This breaks the privacy that a healthy marriage needs and can make you feel exposed or betrayed.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel draining and lonely. You'll carry most of the responsibilities at home, often without any real support or comfort from him.